Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you have not got the chance to get to know me over on my other socials like TikTok, Instagram, or even Twitter, now known as X, my name is KEONA Vanessa, and thank you for being here. So I know it's been like 8 days or 9 now since my last video, but I want to assure y'all that that is not going to be frequent occurrence. It just so happens that I have another episode coming for y'all that is a bit delayed. Like the last video when I made a Keeping Up with KEONA episode, just letting y'all know what I was doing in the interim. That episode is coming and it includes a lot of information as to why I was gone for 9 days. But that is not what this video is about. This video is all about how to meet friends at your big age. Not my big age. Okay, y'all. I see this conversation a lot and I feel like I'm the best person for it. I'm the best person to spearhead this conversation because it's something that is very, very specific and very nuanced at the same time. The way in which I met my friends, actually, it differs from each individual. The way I met my friends is it's just crazy when I think about it, but it's not crazy. I do feel like things are divine. I do feel like people that you meet, it's rarely by happenstance, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to tell y'all about the story of when I met a friend via Bumble. I met 2 friends via Bumble. I'm also going to tell y'all about the story of how I met a friend when I just happened to move into the place where she was already living, but I had no clue who was living there. I was just like, I'm very bold. I'm a very bold and confident person. And I just believe that like things are going to work out and all things are working for my good. So yes, I moved across state lines to a home that I did not know who lived there. And I hadn't met the girl that lived there yet. But yeah, and I just trusted God and it worked out. But yeah, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So let's start with, so yeah, if you don't know already, because I rarely post like my age, not for any other reason except for the fact that I forget very often. Like if someone was to ask me today, KEONA, how old are you? I might like slip up and say 27. I am not 27, I am 28. I think I'm I think I'm 28, whatever. I'm not gonna tell y'all like my birth year, birth date, because that's giving security questions. And so yeah, I'm 28, I'll be 29 towards the end of the year. Meeting friends at my big age has been no easy feat, and I'm convinced that it hasn't been easy for a lot of you all as well because of the discourse around meeting friends. Like, how did you meet your friends? People even ask me, and like I was a person that never had friends, y'all. I never had friends. I did not know how to meet friends. I did not know how to be a friend. I was just all messed up, y'all. Like, it's not messed up. I feel like it really worked in my favor not having a considerable amount of friends for a long periodically time. Because if I had been the girl that just had all the friends and whatnot, I don't think I would be the person I am today, y'all. I'm very intentional, like, and the friends that I keep around me, I want to be intentional with them, but I also have like adjusted now because I'm 28 and at my big age, I know that you cannot have every friend in the same manner. You can't. As much as you are a person that's like, I'm intentional, I want all my friendships to be intentional, no surface level friends, no nothing. Some people are meant to be surface. Some people are meant to be in those outer bounds that like they don't know everything about you, but they know you enough to love you, to be there for you when you need them. Like, that's where I am. I'm not saying that's where you have to be, but I think a lot of people get there. I'm not gonna lie. My mom is a prime example. She has had friends from 6th grade to her 60s, okay? She has had friends throughout the years, gained more friends at different jobs. And she's been able to do that because she's not a stickler in the way that like this person has to literally mirror me. That's really not like, it's not realistic. I want to say it's rare that you're going to find a plethora of like women or men that are just like you. You're going to find pieces of you and take the good with the bad. Like, some people are not like me when it comes to communication or linking up, but they are like me when it comes to being there for big celebrations. And you're gonna need that type of person. Like, if you are only gonna have a friend in one way, chances are it's only gonna be you and your friend when it gets to the celebration, do you want that? Do you only want one person? Oh, I can only think of one person that I can invite. No, I can think of 10 because some people are just like that. Some people are not trying to be in your orbit. They have their own orbit, and that's okay too. But accept people for who they are and be with the people that are more like you in the manner that you want to be with them. So let me get off my soapbox and let's talk more about me. So as y'all know, I'm 28. So I would say for 23 years almost, I've had the same two friends. And those two friends are my sister and my cousin. So yes, I'm one of those people. I'm friends with my family, right? So my sister, my best friend, my very best friend, my first best friend. Of course, as we were growing up, we had our little things for like 2 years. This is when I was like in puberty and when she was at college, or when she was about to go to college. No, that's wrong, because she's only 2 years older than me. But we definitely had our things, but we've always just been besties. People mistake us for twins because that is my other half, right? And then I have my cousin. Oh, when I think about Bria, I just think about I could cry. I'm not going to cry though. But, and no shade to my sister, why I didn't cry at my sister. But Bria is a different type of being. And I don't know, the grace that she has extended to me upon this like 28-year friendship is like no other. You don't have to be friends with your cousins. You don't. That's not something that is just a given. Like, oh, she's my cousin, we're the same age, we have to be friends. There are cousins that are my age that are my arch nemesis. No shame. It just is like that. But Bria is my girl, my world. Like, her daughter is my goddaughter. Me and Bria are like this. Bria is just me, like just in a different font. I am her, just in a different font. She is my bestie, my best, my boom. I love everything about this girl. This girl is so amazing. Like, I don't even think she knows that. I don't even think she knows how amazing she is. Like, we used to, when we were younger, y'all, 2 peas in a pot. Until we went off to school, I went to Morgan State University while Bria went to Delaware State University. We both went to HBCUs, like them girls, okay? So we both went to HBCUs. Mind you, our sisters went ahead of us. Our sisters are both 2 and 3 years apart from us. So it was always Bria, Lorraine, Lanye, and myself. So KEONA and Bria, Lorraine and Lanye. Lanye is Bria's older sister, and Lorraine is my older sister. Lanye is 3 years older than Bria, while Lorraine is 2 years older than me. It was always us 4 growing up, but me and Bria, we was just a little more tight than Lanye and Lorraine were, okay? So that's just a little bit of the dynamic. So as we were growing up, as they were growing up, of course they didn't have like the same friends, and neither did me and Bria, because we didn't go to school in the same school districts. But one thing that always remained true is that this was my best friend. And when I look back, I'm just like, wow, how intentional do you have to be to like literally maintain a friendship for 28 years? It's crazy because Bria is 6 months younger than me. So she's 6 months younger than me, but we've been friends since the sandbox. And we say from the sandbox to the grave, there is no coming in between Bria and I. If anyone is against Bria, they are against me, and they better know it. You better know it. I don't care if you're Bria's friend today. I love when Bria has friends. We're not like those type of girls, but like Bria's friends, I will love you as long as Bria loves you. As soon as Bria stopped loving you, I stopped loving you. It's just no in between. That's how I carry her. That's what she means to me. Okay, so that's my girl. That is my first friend. She is my cousin. Okay, so now let's get on to how I met like the other people in my life that you all might see me with nowadays. I have to talk about my girl Indy. Okay, so what is so organic about my friendship with Indy? It grew on our own, but it was facilitated via my sister. So if you know anything about my sister is just like my mom in the way that my mom has friends from 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade field hockey, 9th grade, 10th grade, work, nursing school. Just my mom has friends throughout her entire life. She has had friends and she holds on to her friends. I've learned from my mom. I don't share my last name on social media, but my last name translates to good friend. It's not by happenstance, okay? My last name is French, and it means good friend. That's just like a little nugget, but I think that we are our names, right? So even if I was not a good friend to you, I'm a good friend, period, because that's my last name. Yeah, my sister is like my mom in the sense that they have had friends throughout their entire lives. So my sister, she's working at this university. She's working and she meets this woman, and her name is Indy. And Indy is much younger than my sister because she's even younger than me. My sister is 2 years older than me. And so she meets Indy, and something, I guess I posted a video, and I posted a video on TikTok. Indy sends it to my sister, and she says, wait, why are you in this video? You know this girl? And Lorraine's like, yeah, that's my sister. And she was like, oh my God. I don't think she followed me on TikTok, but I think she had seen my videos before. And she was like, oh my gosh, I be seeing her videos on TikTok. I did not know that was your sister. One day, fast forward, I'm moving to Maryland. I think this is like my first week in Maryland, maybe. And that's why I love like having friends, because friends are also like, they're the pillar of your life story. They are the history of your life. Like, I know when I met Indy, I had just moved to Maryland. So when I think about moving to Maryland, I automatically think of her. So Indy and Lorraine, my sister, had called me on the phone, and they were like, and Lorraine was like, oh, I have someone that wants to meet you. And I'm like, hey girl. She's like, hey. Lorraine, like, I want y'all to be friends. Like, I want this to be your friend. Mind you, I have no friends in Maryland at the time. I only knew my sister and my previous boyfriend. So I only knew those two. And so it was just nice that Lorraine was like putting people in my life. And it's been a few years now, and Indy is still one of my dearest friends. She's very dear to my heart. So yeah, that's how I met Indy. I met Indy by way of Lorraine. My sister is a very friendly girl. So if you need some friends, be like, you got some people that I could connect with, you can hit up Lorraine. Lorraine can put you in contact with people, okay? So yeah, so that's how I met Indy. Our friendship has flourished since then. But I do want to scale back a bit and talk about me prior to living in Maryland. Okay, so it looks like we're still up and running, so that is good. Hold on, I'm actually gonna get the mirror to make sure that I can see what's going on behind my screen, because my phone has been acting crazy, like recently. So as I mentioned, I do want to dial it back some, because I have to tell y'all about who I was prior to meeting friends. So who I was just a girl living in Chester, Pennsylvania. My only friends were my sister, but my sister was living in Maryland, and Bria. And Bria has my godchild, and she also has her son as well. So Bria, I got to a point of realizing that Bria could not be my everything. She couldn't be my going out friend, my best friend, my in the house friend, my just popping up on you friend, my phone call friend, my FaceTime friend, my long distance friend. Sorry, the dog's crying. Bryce, be quiet. She could not be all those things to me, and no one can. So if you're in a place where you feel like you are exhausting your one friend, chances are you may be. And so I was in that place because I felt like Bria in my life had gone in different directions, but not too much to the point where it's like we couldn't still be connected, but we couldn't be each other's everything because she had two dependents. So it had got to the point where I'm like, I need to venture out. I need to meet new friends. And I met the wrong friends. I met the right friends. None of them are here right now. None of them are in my life right now. But I got my feet wet. I started to realize what it would look like if I had more than one friend. I will say I did not do a good job. I did not do a good job at balancing, and I still struggle with that today when it comes to balancing my friends. And this is just me being real. And I feel like one thing that I learned even from way back when, like 2018, 2019, when I was just trying to balance Bria and two other friends, I didn't do a good job then. It's like I still have not mastered it. Like I have not mastered it, if I'm being honest. I try to be cognizant of it, but I know that my behavior impacts people in a different way. And while it may not be my intention, it does impact people in a certain type of way. So I am accountable to that. And I just ask that all my friends just still be open with me about that, because I know that it can be harmful and detrimental to a friendship. And the friends in my life, I want to keep them. So I don't want to be slighting anyone by being so invested in someone else, if you know what I mean. I think one thing that I also want my friends to remember is that I'm new to having friends. So I'm aware that I'm not going to do everything perfect. I'm new to having a multitude of friends. So I'm aware that I'm not going to do everything perfect. And I'm open for criticism always. Like, if you feel like I'm carrying one friend more than I carry you, or whatever the case is, I want my friends to know that they can always come to me with that. And we can always have that conversation, because, you know, I want to give reassurance, because I'm not the type of person that feels like friendship should be easy. I don't owe my friends anything. I don't owe them like reassurance. I can date a man, and I know that in that relationship I owe him reassurance. And why wouldn't I owe my good girlfriends that? I'm telling y'all get a little weird when y'all start dating. Y'all start acting like these friendships with the women in your life don't matter. And I've never been that girl. One friend or not, I knew that Bria mattered, and I knew that she mattered just as much as my romantic partner at the time mattered. Okay? And that's not going to change. So that's where I was. I was venturing out because I realized that me and Bria's lives did not align seamlessly anymore, because we've been running around together since diapers. And when we got 16, 17, 18, like before we went off to school, it was Bria and KEONA, Bria and KEONA, Bria and KEONA. Everywhere I went, they were like, where Bria? Everywhere she went, where KEONA? Like, Bria cousin. They used to think that we were sisters. Like, we used to call each other twins. We used to have a YouTube channel. We called it I Twins. So embarrassing. But yeah, so I was venturing out. I was seeking friendships. I found some not so good friends, found some good friends. Good friends that I was like already familiar with and stuff. But again, none of them are here right now. So that's neither here nor there, though. It's no love lost at all. It's not no love lost, but it's just like no malice towards them. Like, I still want to see them do the very best in their lives. But that's where I was. So my sister knew this, and my sister, being the helpful person that she is, she's like, you should go on BUMBLE BFF. And I'm like, okay. Like, I just never was a dating app girl, and I definitely wasn't a friendship app girl. I just did not see myself using BUMBLE BFF to get friends, but it made sense when I was seeing all the videos on TikTok about it. Like, mind you, y'all, this is like circa 2020. So I thought it kind of made sense when I was seeing all the videos on TikTok about it. Because I'm like, these are people that want friendship, and since they want friendship and I want friendship, why not just link up with a person that I know want friendship, and instead of just meeting someone by happenstance and realizing that they're not really vested in this turning into a friendship of any sort. I decided to give Bumble a try. And on Bumble, one thing you have to be cognizant of is you have to be cognizant of the same things that you would be if you were face to face with these people. So one thing that I did not like was when girls would just comment on my pictures like, pretty girl, we got a link. It's not giving pretty girl, we got a link vibes. Like, I'm not here because you think I'm pretty. I'm here because like, I kind of want to develop a friendship, but it just gave like, I'm not trying to be intentional. I'm just trying to link with pretty girls, if you know what I mean. And I've never been that type of girl either, because I'm just like a woman of substance. So I was kind of like, okay, that's not what I expected. Like, you could keep that on Instagram, you know what I mean? Like, but if you giving it up like that on Bumble BFF, then I think you might need to be on Instagram. So that's what a couple girls was giving that. Then I met this one girl, and she was giving more so like intentionality. Like, we were talking, we were getting to know one another, and it was cool. And we decided that we wanted to link. As I mentioned before, my previous boyfriend, he lived in the DMV area. So did the girl. So I decided that, okay, like, I go out there every weekend or every other weekend, and sure, I'll go link with her. I went to link with her the first time, and mind you, I'm taking time away from my relationship to link with this girl, because this is how important friendships were for me at the time. Like, my relationship was long distance in the first place. And so it's like, when I saw him, our time really meant a lot to me. But I took time away from me being with him to link with her. So I went to link with her. She had someone else there. I'm like, okay, so that's kind of weird because it was supposed to be like our first like introduction and you have a friend there. I wasn't too mad about it because she did say that she also met this friend from Bumble BFF, and she was like, oh, she named our group chat like the Bumblebees or whatever, but I was just like, I didn't like vet this girl myself the same manner I vetted you. Like, I vetted you because I saw your profile, we clicked, we talked for like a week or two. We talked for 2 weeks prior to meeting her. And yeah, for you to just randomly spring on me, oh, she's coming too. I was like, okay, that's a bit, whatever. So she told me that she was going to meet me at this parking lot and we were all going to walk over together. I get there on time. I guess they got there early and she was not at the parking lot. I'm like, hey, where y'all at? Oh, we're inside. So it gave like, they know each other better. So they're just moving together and it just like does not matter. So I'm at the parking lot and I see that it costs $35. And I tell her I can't find parking because I'm just uncomfortable at that point. I didn't like you springing it on me. And I also didn't like that when it came to the plan, you said, F the plan. I'm going with the girl. We already up. Because she even said, like, we already inside. We sitting down at like, y'all was sat. Y'all was comfortable. And I get not wanting to, like, maybe, like, wait in your car. But not at the first link. So I left. But I didn't cut her off like I should have. So in the background of all this happening, I'm still communicating with this other girl that I met from Bumble. And this girl is cool. She's my vibe. She's my age. The other woman, she was like probably like a couple years older than me. And so one day, me and the girl that I met via Bumble, not the girl that was at the club that I was supposed to meet, this other girl that I met, we had went out, we linked up, everything was gravy, everything was cool. And then we decided that we wanted to link up again. This at the same time where the woman that I never got to be introduced to, I hope y'all follow me. I should have gave them names. So the woman that I was supposed to link up with that did not wait for me in the parking lot, we're going to call her Jill. And the woman that I did get to be introduced to, we're going to call her Miriam. So I met Miriam. Me and Miriam are cool. We clicked. I still was talking to Jill, like communicating with her, because I'm like, maybe one day we'll link up, but like it just didn't work that first day. Don't know why it didn't work. Well, now I know why. Jill has the bright idea, let's try it again, right? Let's go out. And this time she tells me I'm going out with my other friends. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring Miriam. Okay, the same way she brought her friend, same way I'm bringing Miriam. And I told her I met Miriam via Bumble, so it should be like copacetic, like because the same way she met the other girl via Bumble, I met Miriam via Bumble, so we can all link up and go out together. So we decided to do that. Jill tells us, bring cash. This place only take cash. It was someplace in Arlington, right? And this is like a couple weeks later, mind you. She like, bring cash, nah. So me and Miriam bring cash. We go to the pregame spot. I'm not gonna get into the girls, but it was not giving my vibe. And now Miriam looking at me like, this is who you hang out with? And I'm just like, no, I don't really like know them. I knew her. And this is my first time meeting her. So Miriam is kind of like, she cool though. Like she keeping it cool, even though in her head, she's like, this is kind of weird. So anyway, pregame, we go to the next spot. We go to the spot and we're getting inside and Jill says, oh, I don't have any cash. So Miriam covers for her. Miriam being super nice. She covers for her. I don't cover for her because I'm still kind of clocking it that's kind of weird that you don't have cash when you're the one that orchestrated everything and you told us to have cash. So we get inside. I buy the first round and I buy the waters. Time is going on because you can only use cash. So time is going on. Time is passing. We leave. I'm trying to make a long story short, but I want y'all to know that it was just like a weird stuff after weird stuff. So we're walking out and I'm walking ahead of Jill and Miriam. Miriam, I just brought her and she just met Jill. So I'm walking ahead of them and Jill says to Miriam, oh, we have to do this again. Just me and you though, because you know, she lived far. The same way that I'm here right now and the same way that I was a week ago is the same way that I could be here if y'all were to do something else. But it just already gave exclusion vibes. Like it just gave, I don't know, like I was never a person to like deem people as haters, but she just gave that she was kind of like just had this like weird spirit about her. Like I just didn't get it. Like I didn't understand. And when she said that, I clocked it and I talked to Miriam about it the next day. So as I'm talking to Miriam about it, Miriam was like, oh, she just sent me the money from yesterday. I said she did? Because mind you, it costs what, like $10 to get in, but it costs like what, 20 and 5 for a round of shots and a water bottle. So she owed me like $18. But she sent Miriam 10 and she never sent me anything. I don't really recall what transpired after that, but I know that I never spoke to her again. Also, me and Miriam are also no longer close, and that's just like a different story. But we were close, y'all. Like we went to freaking, where did we go? We traveled together, like internationally and domestically. But for some reason, it didn't work out. And you know, everything happens for a reason. Some people are meant in your life for a season, and that's just what it is when it comes to that friendship. But yeah, I met someone via Bumble. I thought we hit it off in the text, but by the time I actually met them in person, she was just giving haters. So cut her off, to never speak to her again. Nope, not doing it. I'm not having nobody around me that don't like me. Oh yeah, it was other weird stuff, y'all. Like she would say weird things to me, like, and I was clocking it. I'm just like, this girl must think I'm nice or something. I'm still myself, right? Like I'm not that nice. I'm pretty much like a straight shooter. What you see is what you get. But like, if you give me nice, I give you nice. If you give me mean, I give you like meaner. So that's why I don't give people mean, because I know that like it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. It ain't no fun when I'm mean. It ain't no fun when I say whatever I want, when I say shady stuff. So I don't give my friends that, because it's not fun when I do it, but when you do it, it's cool. So that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I don't talk to either of them anymore, actually. But I'm still cool with Miriam. Like if I see her, it's hellos, it's highs, it's all that. That's cool with me. So I didn't really have much luck with Bumble BFF, y'all. I thought I did, because Miriam and I were like cool for like a couple like years. She came on my birthday trip. We went to see Berna at Madison Square Garden together. Oh my gosh. And this is like when I was with my boyfriend at the time. So she was like cool. She was like in it. Like we linked up a lot. Like that was like my homegirl. Whatever. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not giving like jaded or like hurt, because I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt at all. It is what it is. I don't know why it was what it was, but it was what it was, is what it is, and I'm cool with it. So fast forward, I moved to Maryland officially. I moved to Maryland, and I'm in Maryland. Mind you, I'm subleasing from, she was Middle Eastern. I don't know exactly what country she was from, but subleasing. I see it on Facebook. I want to try out Maryland. Mind you, I went to Morgan, so I know I want to live in Maryland, and I know I don't want to live in Chester. So I'm like, let me just try it out. It's a 3-month sublease, because it's just for the summertime and it can't be extended because the landlord is selling the house, as I mentioned in previous videos. So I moved in. It's this girl there, and she is my age. She's from, well, I'm not going to get into those details, but she's my age. She's black. She's a baddie. Like she gives like me my vibe. Like hair, makeup, wig, beauty, nails, like smart, professional. Like, what are the odds? Like, and then the fact that she was nice, she was kind, she was welcoming, she was just like, oh, like immediately, oh, you want to go out with us? Like, what? No way I got that lucky. No way I got that lucky. It's not luck. I know that it was like literally God like putting the pieces together. She had just moved to Maryland like, I think like a few months prior to me, maybe like, no, she had been there for like a year. And so, yeah, so I know that she had to be, I wish she was here so she could tell you, but I know that she had to be like a bit like nervous, like I was living with this girl for so long. Now this other girl come in like, no. Mind you, I'm more like her than the last girl was. And now she's stuck with me. So this is how I met and y'all, I'm trying to stay away from like saying so many names and stuff, because like, I just don't ever want to give like, I'm trying to not tell people's business, but like they're not content creators. So that's why I'm not like saying names. But anyway, this is how I met one of my dearest friends, one of my closest friends, and I just up and lived in her house like for 3 months, and we just hit it off. We hit it off, y'all. And literally, that's why I'm telling y'all, when people ask me, how did you meet your friends? I don't know. It's crazy. I met them all differently, like literally. So I met her. Then she's so welcoming, so gracious, and so kind. She like, you want to go? Memorial Day weekend was coming up. This is actually good because this is like Memorial Day weekend just passed. So this is like to commemorate like how I met all these girls that y'all see me around. So she's like, you want to go out? So we went to Decades. It was like a soft life party. This was when that phrase soft life was just like coming about and stuff. So we went to a soft life party. This is where I met her other friends that she had just met like probably like 2 weeks prior. So these are literally, when I talked about the 5 women, the 5 of us and the women that I fasted with, this is where I met them, at the soft life party. So I met my girl E. I met my roommate. Then I met my girl E. Then I met my girl C. And then eventually I met my girl A. So I met all of them literally within like weeks of one another. And then from then on, I just been meeting so many more like people. And even if we're not like close, we have a rapport with one another. Like, and that's something I always wanted to, because in Chester, it's very interesting, but like you can be in preschool with someone, you can see them out, because Chester is very small. You can have a shared relative, a shared cousin. When they see you, they're not going to say anything to you. Chester people, they don't like to be Joe. Like, they don't like to act like they know someone that they really don't know. And so that's like kind of how I used to be too. Like, I would see people that I literally know personally. Like, I know their grandmom. I've been in their house. I've been in their home. We've been friends at a time. But when I would see them, I would just be like, that's just the vibe there. But in Maryland, it's so different, and I'm so thankful for the differences, because the people that I've been able to meet, the people that have just welcomed me with open arms, and I've welcomed them, like, you know, like, because I give a lot of props to other people, but I also have to give props to myself, because a person that's not really used to like having friends or whatever, I'm doing a damn good job. I'm doing a damn good job at having friends and keeping them, like, in coming out of my comfort zone and reaching out to people that I haven't heard from, just checking on you. Like, that is not who I was or who I used to be at all. But I'm so thankful for growth and change, and it's just been an amazing journey. Can't wait to see, like, because these girls, these people in my life, like, these will be the aunties to my kids. These will be the people that, like, I travel with when we're all married and we're having couples trips. And it's just amazing. And it's like all my friendships look very different from one another. And that is so normal. And I want to assure you all that it's normal for you too. If you have friends and you're like wondering why, oh, this person is closer to this person, let it be. Let it be. That's like advice that you can take from me. You can let it be, because people place themselves organically. That is how it should remain. I've made that mistake several times of trying to make a person fit into something that is, they just don't fit there. People naturally assume their position in your life, and you don't have to force it. You don't have to pull teeth. You don't have to bend. You just don't. You don't have to be the only one reaching out. You don't. It can be a mutualistic friendship. It can be a reciprocal friendship, and that's how it should be. But when you feel like you're doing too much, you're probably doing too much for the wrong person. Maybe that person is not supposed to be your bestie. That person is not supposed to be the person that you just pop up over their house, you just go out with, you just FaceTime all the time. Things happen organically. People are placed in your lives organically, and I feel like they are also placed in positions organically. So don't force it. If you can take anything from me, it's just be open, be graceful, be forgiving, because even in these couple of years, of course, we've had conflict, but it's just nice to be having conflict with people that know how to have it and people that want friends. So it's just something that comes with it. But yeah, this is all about how I met my friends. This is all about my Bumble BFF horror story. It really wasn't horror because I cut her off before it could have been. But yeah, some people were asking, and there you have it. This is how I met my friends, y'all. be on the lookout for that Keeping Up with KEONA episode to know where I've been for the last 9 days. Because if you don't follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, you might not know. You might not know what I've been up to, but I've been up to stuff. I haven't just not been working or creating content just because. But yeah, this is all about that. I really enjoyed making this video, y'all. It just helped me like memorialize some of the people nearest and dear to my heart. I love y'all. I love y'all so much if you're watching this video. Yeah, anybody else you've seen me with literally have been extensions of the people that I'm around. Whether that be E, Rumi, C, like Bria, Indy, anybody else you see me around, they have been a reflection of the people that I've been graced with in my life. So I'm so thankful for them for just being just, you know, just opulent to the people that they surround themselves with. Because, and I'm not into, we're going to get into that too. On the next part of the friendship series, because this is a series, on the next part of the friendship series, we're going to get into being friends with your friends' friends. We got to get into some things for that. Okay? Until next time. Bye.